My dear friends, greetings once again. Let's not pretend this is just another ordinary week in global affairs. Let's not pretend we're watching from the sidelines, because what's unfolding before us has the potential to reshape the balance of power in ways we haven't seen since the darkest days of the Cold War. We do not believe President Volodymyr Zelensky's administration in Kiev would dare launch a ballistic missile at Red Square in Moscow during the grand military parade scheduled for May 9, 2025, a day sacred in Russia's national psyche. Victory Day, the annual celebration of triumph over Nazi Germany. A day filled with tanks, flags, marching boots, and defiance. To strike Moscow on that day would be tantamount to declaring total war, a provocation so extreme it would ignite retaliation not just from the Kremlin, but potentially draw in the United States, NATO, Europe, the entire global order. It would be madness. What I did say, however, is this. Ukraine possesses a highly sophisticated, battle-tested fleet of armed drones, silent, fast, and devastating. They have mastered the art of asymmetry, slipping past radar, hitting deep, striking where it hurts most. Fuel depots, munitions factories, radar stations. They do not knock, they do not warn. They arrive, explode, and vanish into the smoke. And I speculated, maybe it wouldn't be Red Square, maybe it wouldn't even be central Moscow. But on May 9th, or just before it, something happened. A message would be sent, a reminder that Ukraine is not beaten, that the war has come home to Russia. And now, here we are. Before I go on, if you're finding this breakdown insightful, take a moment to like this video. It helps amplify the signal. 4 drones intercepted over Moscow in the dead of night. The city's anti-air systems lit up, scrambled, and for a moment, a flicker, Moscow felt vulnerable. Mayor Sergei Sobyanin confirmed the attempted strike. The drones were shot down near Podolsk, just south of the capital. No casualties, no fires. But the damage wasn't physical, it was psychological. And sometimes that's far more effective. The Russian Ministry of Defense followed with a report. 4 drones over Moscow, 5 more over Kaluga, 17 over Bryansk. That's not harassment, that's a campaign. And now, for the first time in this war, we can say this with confidence. Ukrainian forces are operating inside Russian territory. Not just with drones, but boots, intelligence units, sabotage teams. The lines are blurring. In Kursk, reports are already coming in, civilian casualties, infrastructure damage, panic. And over in Belgorod, just across the border, same story. Ukrainian presence, Ukrainian strikes. Ukraine is not retreating, they are advancing. And Russia is taking notice. In Sevastopol, Crimea, once the pride of Russia's Black Sea Fleet, all Victory Day celebrations have been cancelled. Gone. Scrubbed from the calendar. Why? Because they know Ukraine can strike at will. That once proud naval base, abandoned, the fleet, retreated to Novorossiysk, the myth of an invincible Crimea, shattered. Now, if you haven't already, hit subscribe so you don't miss what comes next, because this story is moving faster than ever. Yet instead of pulling back, he's doing what autocrats always do when the walls start to crack. He turns to his mouthpieces. Enter Pavel Zarubin, Kremlin loyalist, state-approved journalist, propaganda conduit. He sits down with Putin, face solemn, questions rehearsed. And the message is as chilling as it is clear. We have the men, the machines, the resources to continue this war until we reach a logical conclusion acceptable to Russia. We will not stop. Even Donald Trump, never one to mince words, said it himself in a recent NBC interview. Putin won't talk to anyone in the West, except me. European leaders tried to use me as a back channel. Maybe it's impossible to end this war. I thought I could stop it in a day, maybe a week, but now? Maybe I'll just say, fine, keep being stupid, keep fighting. But this isn't business, this is hatred, raw, generational, tribal hatred. Between Zelensky and Putin, between soldiers and generals, between nations. And Putin, ever the master manipulator, is already working on the next layer of his narrative. He talks about internal unity, about how the Russian people are stronger than ever. He even dared to say he didn't expect Russia's economy to hold up this well under sanctions. He's proud of it. The resilience, the improvisation, the illusion of strength. And yet the drums keep beating. The parades are rehearsed, the propaganda flows. Meanwhile, drones fly, missiles are armed, troops dig in. May 9 is coming, and it could change everything. A conflict that refuses to end, a peace that refuses to begin, and a world that watches, helpless, anxious, on edge, wondering where the next spark will land. This war is no longer about territory, or NATO, or sanctions. It's about pride, power, survival. And as I said at the beginning, perhaps the most dangerous wars are not the ones fought with guns or missiles, but the ones fueled by certainty, by leaders who believe they are right, who believe history is theirs to rewrite, who refuse to lose, no matter the cost. And so I say to you now, brace yourselves, because May 9th is just the next chapter. The story isn't over, not by a long shot. And perhaps, just perhaps, it's only beginning. If you've made it this far, let me know what you think in the comments. I read every one. And if this resonated with you, hit like, subscribe, and stay informed.